Happy New Year. Thank you so much for tuning in to the For the Punks YouTube channel. If this is your first time saying hi, welcome. For the Punks is a resource and publication for fans and creators to connect, learn, and grow. So subscribe if you want to be the first to know whenever we upload. My name is Precious. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a writer on the For the Punks team. And can you believe who we have on the other side of the screen right now? Personally, as you can see, I'm completely freaking out, and I will tell you why. New England's Broken Vow wasted zero time making hardcore history after meeting at a 2020 Magnitude show. Sunday Drive Records and Numerality Zine called First Dibs last month and split released their latest EP, Sane Minds End, which has hardcore fans all across the globe two-stepping, screaming, moshing, and of course, losing their minds. Now, while many describe the masterpiece as a sonic time machine that channels 90s metal influences, the quintet is indeed crafting their own signature, and they are just getting started. So what an honor to have the one, the only Tommy Harte, the heartbeat of Broken Vow, here with us today. Hello, Tommy.
Hey, thank you for all those kind words so much from the bottom of my heart.
No, Tommy, it is, oh my gosh, no, it is well deserved. We are super psyched to have you here today. You are my first For the Punks YouTube interview of the year.
Whoa.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Couldn't have imagined it any other way. So just thank you so much for your time today and the beautiful opportunity to chat.
Thank you so much. I'm stoked to get into it. So
yes. But today we are going to talk about what contributes to Tommy's creative confidence, how he copes with feeling idle and directionless, and what helps him feel safe. But to get started, Tommy, we want to check and make sure you are doing okay. So I have to ask for my first question, how are you? How is the new year treating you thus far?
the new year so far is good. I have a lot of high hopes for this year. But I'm very much still at the beginning of it. So I'm hoping that it doesn't let me down or that I don't let it down. So far, I've just been working on music stuff, trying to make some money on the side, hanging out with my friends, hanging out with people close to me. So it's been a roaring success so far. So
yes. Do you normally put maybe put together a list of goals or expectations for the new year, or do you just like to go for it on January 1st?
I would say I am goal oriented, whereas I have things in mind that I would like to accomplish, but I'm not that organized about it. So I'm kind of oh, this would be really cool to do. And I'm going to keep that in my back pocket, but I'm not big on the whole new year, new me thing, because I think any time is good for change and for growth. So I think restricting it to the January 1st is probably a mistake. But if that's what works for people, that's cool. But I'm not huge on goals lists, at least yet. Who knows?
No, that is an excellent perspective. I think we are all, due to past New Year's, we are definitely keeping our calendars open and our hopes high for whatever happens and having gratitude for whatever happens. So absolutely. That is an amazing, amazing outlook and perspective on the new year. But speaking of the new year, we have to talk about all of the amazing success you and Broken Vow have had last year. Congratulations on Sane Minds End, teaming up with Numerality Zine, and signing to Sunday Drive Records. That is insane news, and we couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's been I don't know, it's very, you do music for a long time before anybody can, people
Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Maybe the audio went out. Let me try. Okay, maybe if I press that button. Sorry, Tommy. Oh my God. So Zoom. Oh my God, Zoom always tries to play games. Yes. Let me see. Maybe if okay. Can you still hear me, Tommy? Oh wait, no. Okay, admit. Yay! Okay. And then I'll remove this one. Okay. And then
Can you hear me?
yes, can you hear me
Oh,
now?
yes, I can hear you now.
Yes!
I have no idea what happened. I just got like a ton of notifications on my screen and then I couldn't hear you anymore.
Zoom
So
is so weird with notifications. It's just like, oh my God, it's not even a huge.
I was like, oh my God, like everything is wrong. Like every
Zoom is just like, I mean, literally my heart will just like drop whenever the person's screen will go out, and it's just so bad. But no, we can edit anything. You're perfect.
No, I figured, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I think it was like new music, new morality zine, Sunday drive, success.
Yes. Okay, I have my screen. Okay. Yes. We were talking about yes. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations on literally everything. You guys are killing it. And then you were like, oh my God, thank you, Precious. We know. Okay, yeah.
No, I mean, I think what I was saying was you do music for a long time before anybody like cares at all. And even, I mean, obviously you always have people supporting you and you always have people who want to work with you. But when it comes to like oh, someone wants to buy your record, someone wants to book your band at this show, someone wants to go on tour with you, like that takes a long time. And it's fairly surreal to see because I mean Broken Vow was started as like a passion project, like, oh, we want to just make this kind of music and we want to make it like super from the heart, super visceral. And it's really cool that that's what people are latching onto, you know what I mean, instead of like, okay, I guess we'll just sell out now, you know what I mean? So
Yes. I'm pretty sure every part of the process has just been so cool, especially as you guys are literally, you're just scratching the surface. Like y'all are just getting started. This is so cool. And I'm wondering, how does your opinion of your art shapeshift before and after a release or achievement of some kind?
well, I think what's interesting about that is that like the release that like the public sees is so far detached from the actual like process of making it. So we had Sane Minds End recorded for like a year-ish, like a little bit less than a year before it saw the light of day. And it was very much so like it removes you from the art in a sense. It's like, oh, I've already over listened to this. Like I'm already like on to the next thing, like in my mind. But then it's me and it's us and it's our art. So when it gets re-released, it feels just as scary as it does when you're like writing a song and thinking about how it's going to be received, because you're kind of thinking like, oh, I don't have a perspective on this that's valuable in any sense other than it's mine. But then when you kind of release it out there, everyone else who's looking at it has fresh eyes and they see it through their own perspective and they see it through the perspective of hearing it for the first time. And it was reassuring that people were as stoked on it like now as we were when we wrote it back in like fall and winter 2020. So yeah, it was reassuring and it was a relief for sure that people liked it, because at a certain point you just don't know.
Yes, especially as we're all changing so much. And like you said, 2020, I mean, even 2021 feels like light years ago. And it's like, oh my God, am I that same person? Are we that same sound? Do we want to say the same things that we wanted to so long ago? But yes, it's so reassuring and honoring to whoever you were in that moment of creating it for the first time.
Totally. And it's like, it's always yes or no on all of those questions, where it's like, is this the sound we want to make? Well, yes and no. You know, we want some of that. We want some of the new stuff. Is that what we want to say? Well, yes, I stand by it, but I want to continue to like build on the message and say things more concisely and more clearly and more viscerally. But I'm proud of that and I like that. But it's, I think, growth without throwing away the past, you know what I mean, is what that the kind of mindset that forces.
Okay, we're skipping steps because we're not even going to get into your poeticness with your lyricism and words with owls are like cool. Yes, growing without the past. Oh my God, no.
My bad. Yeah, I didn't. I don't want to mess up your order.
No. It's so, you're so skilled with your words and language and diction that like it's gonna pop out inevitably. But I'm just like alluding to like we're gonna freak out in a little bit about just how insane the lyrics are on Sane Minds End, and just it's gonna be so amazing. Oh my God.
Awesome.
Yes, no. On the topic of milestones, this past September, you all actually played your first show at Cockeyed Crow in North Haven, Connecticut. Yes. The entire performance is available to watch on YouTube, and the energy is undeniable. It's like all of you are in your element and experiencing true eureka. I would just love to know, you guys just look so confident up there. What contributes to your overall creative confidence?
Probably being so inconfident that I have to work on it and think about it for a very long time before I put anything out there. Just from a personal standpoint. That's really funny that you said that, because it just like in my head it couldn't possibly be more the opposite, you know what I mean? So like when I perform, I'm very much like, it's like an out of body kind of thing, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, okay, like I'm here in my brain and then my body is out there doing whatever it's doing, you know what I mean? And it's performing, no matter what the stakes, is still a very like, it gets my heart going, and it's makes me nervous no matter what, you know what I mean? So it's I am glad that confidence shows, because there's a lot of turmoil behind that for sure, where it's like, oh my God, what did I just say? Did I do the lyric right? Did I say something bad? You know what I mean? Like so
yes. Does it help having it on video? Like, because almost when you're watching the video for the first time, it's like your brain does a replay of all the insecurities you had at whatever moment. Yeah. But then after you see it on video and you see how people react to it, you're like, oh, okay. Whenever I feel like
I'm
that.
Like, oh, that wasn't weird at all. You know what I mean? So
yes. And it's just going to get better and better as you continue. And oh, yes, it's so, so amazing. We here at For the Punks are huge fans of the Good Noise podcast. Yes. Glory and Shane are a dazzling and dynamic duo. And in their most recent episode, you mentioned your favorite lyric from your new P is on your self-titled track. You wrote, "The fearmongers never keep their promises."
I did. Yes, I said that.
And when you said that, I started yelling at my laptop. I was just so mind blown. I was like, this is so poetic, so genius. Oh my God. I mean, even Evan was like, you are his favorite lyricist in all of hardcore. And we just want to give you a round of applause. Like, we love that lyric. It is amazing. And I just think Eckhart Tolle would be so proud. In his novel, A New Earth, he writes in detail about being possessed by thought. His pain body chapter reads, The voice in the head tells a story that the body believes in and reacts to. Those reactions are the emotions. The emotions, in turn, feed energy back to the thoughts that created the emotion in the first place. This is the vicious cycle between unexamined thoughts and emotions, giving rise to emotional thinking and emotional story making.
Yeah.
Now, throughout the entirety of Sane Minds End, it is obvious you are intrigued by the mind itself and are determined to dismantle the sinister grip it advertises through awareness. So, I would love to know, how has becoming aware of paranoia's unreliability modified its effect on you?
Wow. That's one of the best questions I'd like, not even in an interview format, that I've like ever been asked in my whole life. So,
Oh my
wow.
God,
I don't even I don't even know where to begin on that, because I mean, that paranoia and that fear that you're talking about, it's they take so many different forms. And obviously, I've been very clear that like doom and fear and uncertainty is something I like to touch on in Broken Vow a lot. But I think that could be any number of avenues, you know what I mean? And I try to keep my lyrics not like, I'm not naming names and like stating world events like specifically that have happened, you know what I mean? Or like saying this is exactly what happened to me and what I went through that inspired me to write this song, because I want it to be able to be the song that I write about a specific fear that I have. I want to be able to apply to a specific fear that someone else has that I probably don't share, you know what I mean? And is deeply personal and in their life, and not mine. But I what I want to do is I want to kind of capture that sense of like, oh my God, what's happening? And even though I have to get to that through writing about my own experiences, what I want it to be able to do is to apply to other people's experiences. And it's corny to say, but like, you're not alone in how you're in like the way you're thinking or the way you feel about the world. Um, and kind of create that sense of community through like, take a sense of fear or doom and create a sense of kinship and community among the people who are listening to it or the people who are singing along to it at the show.
yes, that is a brilliant approach to your writing. Like I said, I was freaking out because whenever it comes to those darker emotions, a lot of times we don't really want to go there all the time
Yeah,
because it's scary and it's
I definitely don't, for sure. Like,
danger zone. No, 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 no. But it is when we explore those parts of ourselves and attach art to it, associate it with different feelings. Like, instead of being alone in a room, crying, feeling those emotions, feeling doom, instead people are moshing in their living rooms and going
yeah.
to your shows and just being open about it and comfortable with it, and that is going to help them heal that much faster. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no, I
forever
mean,
freak out about that.
that's the ideal scenario for sure in my mind. So
Yes, oh my gosh. And on the Good Noise podcast, you also spoke about how your favorite color is green
it is,
because
yes.
at an early age, your mother told you green means go in terms of traffic signals. And I just thought, what a beautiful introduction to the idea of momentum. Well, I would love to further explore your relationship with tempo and ask about how you cope with idleness and
Mhm.
feeling directionless. This could be in reference to creativity or in general or both.
Well, I mean, I'm 19 years old, so it's like I'm at every person who's like my age plus or minus 3 or 4 years is at a crossroads. You know what I mean? And is probably feeling a lot of fear and a lot of uncertainty. And I think it's indicative of the age we are, and it's also just kind of unavoidable. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't think you can really go through this time without feeling a lot of uncertainty unless you have like a ton of money or something. But yeah, you know, sometimes I think my life would be so different if I just had like millions and millions and millions of dollars waiting for me. You know what I mean?
It would fix I mean, not
It would
everything, but
fix everything.
everything.
Yeah. um, it's I don't know. I mean, it's something I think about a lot in my day-to-day life. Like, what am I doing? What am I producing? What am I giving to the world and giving to myself at the same time? And I think it's important to kind of reject the sense that, you know, your worth or your importance at any given time is tied to how productive you are, how well you spend your time, like how much you're making money wise, or how much you're making art wise, or any other thing, like, you know, how many hours you're in the office, how many hours you're behind a guitar, behind a drum set, or singing, you know what I mean? um and it's more important to tie it to the kind of material like strides that you see yourself making. And it's like I look at myself from even like a year ago, and it's like I have all these opportunities I didn't have then, and I have all these um uh, you know, amazing circles and outlets that I didn't have then. And it's amazing to like compare and contrast. No matter how much you might feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough, you most likely are. So
Okay, how did you know that that was exactly the advice I needed to hear right now? Like, are you
I, I swear I only skimmed the questions. I wasn't I wasn't in there with like a magnifying glass planning my answers. So
that is exactly what I needed to hear. I know that's exactly what somebody else needed to hear. It's so tough being so young. 19, I mean, well, I don't mean to put a bracket on it, but just 20s in general are
oh,
just so hard. It's
yeah, it
like
sucks.
it's just like this huge false alarm. We like it's hyped up in our teenage years, and then we get here, we're just like, oh, I'm still confused. I
Yeah.
still don't know what I'm doing, and I'm still feeling like I should be doing more. But yeah, everything you just said was key. I'm gonna frame everything you said, every quote.
Yeah, I'm working on my like live, laugh, love decor line actually. So
Oh my god! Yes, no, it's like make it as like
yeah.
Broken Vow merch. Yeah, you do so well.
It's like Broken Vow and like a curly, like very like upscale font, and like
Yes, and like all different
funny.
colors and like a
Yeah.
wood frame around it. Like,
Yeah, like something you'd see like over the toilet or something like
okay, we need to have like a business meeting after this, and I'm gonna everything.
Seize the day, Broken Vow. We never said that, but we'll put it on a
Yes.
No.
Just to remind you of the quote and the band at the same time, even
Yeah,
though the band
exactly.
didn't say
So,
it.
yeah.
That's okay.
It promotes positivity, happiness, and our new record. Like
Yes, which your record still does promote all of those beautiful, beautiful things.
I
Yeah.
hope so. I hope so.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. On the other side of that question, I would love to know. Of course, none of us have all of the answers. We are trying to navigate along the way. I would love to know, like, what has been your GPS whenever you get lost? What kind of helps you stay on track or stay balanced as you navigate your early 20s and just starting a band in general?
I think the reference point I always try to come back to is the reference point of like initial passion, you know what I mean? And initial like excitement, you know what I mean? I think it's very easy when you have to like all of a sudden like you're making songs in your garage, and all of a sudden you have to like sell t-shirts, and you have to go on tour, and you have to like talk to record labels, and you have to do this, and then you have to deal with promoters, and it's like it's very easy to get caught up in all that and be like, oh, I'm a businessman, you know what I mean? And this is just like my grind. But like, I think it's really important for me to come back to like bands and music that kind of like ignited the flame for me, so to speak. And there's more of them than I can name, but it it's that kind of energy where it's like, oh, like I'm aspiring to this, like I want to be this, I want to be my own thing in this context. And I think it's really important for me to like return to that in a sense, whereas like I'm very caught up in the reality of right now, and to like dip my toes back into like why, like remind myself like why I'm in this, and like why I am putting all this effort in is because of that passion. So um I just don't want to lose sight of that at all. So
Yes, yes, especially with all the different changes that are going on. So that's so important to keep in mind. Which brings me into my next question. I'm so excited because I get to talk about Christopher Nolan. He's like my favorite person ever.
okay, cool.
Christopher Nolan's film Inception offers the idea of a totem, an object, idea, memory, or affirmation that helps one keep track of reality while dreaming.
Okay.
Now, as your dreams transform into reality with your music career, what acts as your totem? Like how do you remain in tune with yourself and in your sanity?
Yeah. I'd say like the people like directly around me, my very close friends, my family, my girlfriend, like everyone who's around me. And it's like, I don't know, because it's very easy to get, like I said, it's easy to get lost in those like, oh, I'm pressing records, or someone's pressing records for me. I'm printing merch. I'm doing all this stuff. And it's like, whoa, I'm doing it. Like I'm living like a certain like microcosm of the dream. And it's so easy to get lost in that. And it's like, okay, like I'm a human too. You know what I mean? Like I need to take care of myself as well as take care of the merch order. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd say just the people around me for sure are very, I'm very thankful for all of them. And I'm very, very thankful that they keep it real with me. So
Yes, because the most important thing is that you're feeling calm, feeling safe within yourself and everyone around you. So we're so happy that you do have amazing people around you to help, comfort you, hug you, be there for you, regardless of what's happening in the world and exterior or anything else. So
yeah, exactly.
yes. Now, speaking of your bandmates, you all are featured in Legends of Tomorrow magazine, where
Yes.
Jennifer Muglia speaks, or she swears that Broken Vow is what Northeast hardcore needs right now. It was so cool to read about the behind the scenes process of recording your first demo, the roles straight edge and hardcore played in your area while forming the band, and some of the memories you all have made together. It is beautiful from afar to witness the friendship and bond you all share. So I am curious, what has each bandmate taught you about yourself and or conceptually?
Okay, well, Harrison, our guitarist, and I, we started the band together, and it was kind of our brainchild. And I couldn't possibly have more love for the guy, because we kind of immediately, we were friends for like a week, and then we were like, okay, let's start a band. And like now that's been the reality of our friendship. Um, and he's amazingly dedicated, amazingly hardworking, and amazingly committed to making the band successful. And I think probably what I learned from Harrison the most is like poise and morality as a person. You know what I mean? And he's older than me, so I like look up to him as like an older mentor. You know what I mean? And just seeing like the things he's overcome, the things he's gone through in order to become like the amazing person that he is today is aspirational for me, and encourages me, and already has encouraged me to like in so many ways. Nicole was one of the members of the original lineup of Broken Vow, and she's taught me the importance of what's the word I'm looking for? like being very like stoic, you know what I mean? And Nicole isn't the most outspoken person you'll ever meet in your life. She's very laid back, but she brings this immense talent to the band that I think in a very large part is inspired by her reservedness and her ability to know uh, know what to say and then the right time to say it. So she taught me that. Evan, our guitarist, came into the band recently-ish. We'd been friends for a good bit before that. And he's taught me freakish dedication. And having him in the band is night and day from just having, he counts as like 5 or 6 people when it comes to how hard he works and how hard he works to make sure the band has shows, make sure the band is successful, make sure everyone's on the same page. And he's just I look up to his work ethic and I wish I could have it for myself. And last but obviously not least, Max, our drummer, him and Evan joined the band on the same day because we needed a guitarist and a drummer, and we've been playing with them for a while. So on the same day, we called both of them and said, hey, you're in the band if you want to be. And both of them said yes. And Max is possibly one of the most talented musicians I've ever had the pleasure of playing with. He puts his head down and he does his work, and he stepped into a band that already had a good amount of recorded and written material, and he was ready for the challenge. And there's so many. The first gig we played with Max, he hadn't rehearsed for. We hadn't rehearsed with him, and the first time we ever played with Max was in front of people, and he made one like noticeable mistake. And I was ready to I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm ready to start every song over if we have to, you know what I mean? But it's, and I was just blown out of the water by, how well he managed to learn our catalog without even like, we barely knew him at that point, you know what I mean? So it was crazy. And I suppose he's just taught me the power of hard work and probably a good amount of talent as well.
No, like, see, this is so amazing because, I mean, yes, it's no secret you guys have an incredible lineup, a solid lineup, contribute so much to the sound and to the live performance, and just going individually, oh my God, like they all just sound so
really cool for
cool.
me. I don't know. So
yes. Oh, that is amazing. And we're so excited to see you guys continue to grow and develop more of a collective sound, even more. I mean, it's already crisp and it's already like a great rhythm, but it's just gonna get even better as you guys continue.
I hope. I mean,
yes.
That's the plan for sure. So
yes. Now, Tommy, I have some terrible news.
What?
We have reached the final question of our interview today.
That sucks. That really does suck.
But I have some good news. It is a 2-parter question, and
okay.
One you kind of already answered. So the first part is, if you could group hug everyone in the band in the form of words, what would you have to say?
Oh wow. I want it since I already sort of answered this. I'm gonna try to keep it like short and concise, but wow, I think I'd just say let's do it. You know what I mean? Because like we've come a long way from where we were, but also there's still a long way that we could go. So I think I'd just say like let's do it. And I think that's very much our attitude as a band. So
Yes, just going for it. No, that is beautiful. Again, green means go. So
yeah,
we
right?
Yes. Okay. And then for the second and final part of this question, I would love to know, Tommy, after everything, this could be band related or just in general, if you could hug yourself in the form of words, what would you have to say?
Oh, wow. I think I'd probably say something to the effect of like, you got it. Because I think, yeah, I think I do need to hear that from myself much more often than I tell it to myself. And just confidence as a whole is something I struggle with a lot, and something that makes me the front man of a band fairly, taxing at times. And I think it's more like related to the band and my outside life and music outside of the band. It's like you got it. Like, you're gonna be good. Like, but like, what you're doing. You can do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? So I think I'd say something like, you got it.
You got it, Tommy.
Dude,
Like
I,
literally.
I do got it for sure.
Dude, yes, you're doing an amazing job. Like you said, fronting a band, that is incredibly difficult. It could get really taxing at times, but we are so proud of you over here at For the Punks, and we are forever cheering you on. So, this is amazing. Oh my God. Okay, well, I do have to thank you all so much again for tuning in to the For the Punks YouTube channel. Before you go, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting us know how cool you think Tommy is, and also just overall what you thought of today's video. Now, you can follow the band Broken Vow at Broken Vow HC on Instagram and stream their latest EP, Sane Minds End, on all music streaming platforms. Broken Vow and Spaced are celebrating the new year with a Midwest tour, visiting Cleveland, Ohio on January 19th.
Cleveland's actually not happening right now anymore, unfortunately.
Okay, see, yes, that was what I forgot.
I'll give you. I'll give the dates for sure.
Okay, see, yeah, because I forgot to check like if the tour dates are still going on.
It's
But
they're a little bit different, but they're still happening. So yeah,
yes.
So our tour with Spaced is going to be the 20th in Milwaukee, and the 21st in Springfield, Illinois, and the 22nd in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and the 23rd in Cincinnati.
Yes. Okay. See. Yes. Yeah. I meant to like make sure that it was still going up. But yes, it definitely keep checking back to Broken Vow's Instagram in case any updates happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. Now, also, Broken Vow is pretty much selling out super fast on everything merch wise. So you have to make sure to head over to the Sunday Drive Records website, as well as Numerality Zine's website, to shop and support. Well, in closing, Tommy, like I said before, our For the Punks founder, Carolyn, already had Broken Vow on the list to collaborate with this year. So this is a highlight for us. We love you guys, and we're so proud of you for expressing yourselves. So thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. Thank you so much for your art. Thank you so much for existing. Just thank you so much. I'm giving you a virtual hug right now.
You're giving me a verbal hug as well. So
I was answering.
Yeah. So, I mean, the amount of positivity you've shown me and the band over this Zoom call is immense, and I could never refuse it, even on the most positive days. You know what I mean?
No, it is well deserved, and this is not the end of it. So many more people are going to come out and talk about how amazing Broken Vow is just now and over the years. So we are so proud of you all, and we want to wish you a safe year. Hopefully everything goes well with touring. I know you guys are going to be touring the majority of the year, so we are hoping for safe travels and amazing memories that you'll remember forever.
Thank you so much. That'd be great. If I mean, thank you so much. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.